UFOs in the sky in a 2004 video from the Pentagon that was just released. Aliens are real. Well, until this guy ruined it for us. As Mick West pointed out, that the widely believed UFO in this video is likely just a camera artifact of some kind, or maybe some kind of dirt on the sensor. Turns out having the largest budget in the world doesn't really help when it comes to understanding how cameras work, does it, Pentagon? So if the Pentagon is listening, you put on some gloves, take a little cleaning stick like this, and you just wipe that dirt off the camera. There, I saved you $5 billion.
Yes, aliens are real.
ARRI is making moves that could lead to a change in the industry standard. The company's latest tech talk video focuses on all the advantage of the beam mount 24-volt battery. It's an onboard universal 24-volt battery system that's really ideal for a compact setup, and the standard should provide more seamless compatibility with other cameras and lighting. Now, ARRI did emphasize that part of the reasoning behind their switch is related to upcoming technology. Here's what the product marketing manager Sean Dooley said in the video. As we've increased demands for resolution, for color bit depth, for frame rates, all of these things require more processing, which requires more power. And so we've made the decision to change to a 24 volt as the standard across ARRI devices, and certainly beam mount is the foundation of that. So moving forward, basically any ARRI product that requires power is going to run through a beam mount battery. And unlike some companies who hold tech and features hostage, ARRI has said that they'll work with any manufacturer that wants to incorporate beam mounts into their products. It's probably a good move for the industry, and will standardize some things just to make the overall process easier. And I guess eventually all of us will have to replace our V-mount batteries that we spent a bunch of money on. We'll see how it plays out. But the B-mount news may not be the most interesting news from ARRI this week. The Tech Talk also included some hints about the upcoming ARRI Super 35 4K camera. The camera development was first reported in 2020 and is supposed to include a Super 35 sensor. And now we're getting word that this camera is releasing this year as a B-mount 24-volt native camera. It's going to feature image quality improvements, increased resolution, frame rate, and more. Back in 2020, ARRI said that the new Super 35 4K camera will include a 4K 4.3 sensor and be compatible with the new MV-F2 viewfinder and support codecs compact drives, all in a camera body that's about the same size as the Alexa Mini. The Super 35 sensor is really going to give an option to cinematographers that aren't necessarily looking to shoot in large format or full frame. So we'll be anxiously awaiting just to see how this new camera performs and how many more mortgages it will cost. Netflix is dishing out camera approvals this week. The Panasonic LUMIX BS1H box cinema camera was approved for use on the Netflix 4K originals. The BS1H debuted in October 2021 as the successor to the BGH1, also approved by Netflix. If you want to capture at the Netflix standard with this camera, they've even released the recommended settings. It'll be interesting to see what films and shows are filmed with this camera. This is the 8th Panasonic camera to get the Netflix seal of approval, and probably just the first of quite a few recent releases that will join the Netflix club. The approval process takes 6 to 8 months, so we could see more approvals in 2022. And more rumors about the future development from Canon are making headlines again. It must be patent season, because the applications are really coming in. A new patent filed in Japan is aiming to reduce vibrations caused by the mechanical shutter. Now, is this new tech going to help reduce the shutter shock? Apparently with electromagnets. Basically, this would control the shutter's movement and cushion it before it reaches the limit and causes significant shutter shock. It's important to note that this shutter shock issue isn't really a problem for lower resolution cameras, so that might be a sign that Canon is working on a new higher resolution EOS R series camera. They'd be vying for 12K. And for another patent, YM Cinema is reporting a new patent application, leading many to believe Canon may be developing a new flagship cinema camera. The patent filed in December 2021 and published earlier this week shows a potential new cinema camera that will solve a big problem for users: cables. It really focuses on preventing cables from getting caught and disconnected by having multiple external connection terminals. It seems Canon is really trying to figure out how to make a sleeker camera that feeds cables effectively. So we'll see what happens as that patent starts to move further into the development stage. Have you ever wanted to see what 36,000 colors look like? If so, you want to check out these new lights from Nanlite. The Pavotube T87X launched on Wednesday. It's a RGB LED pixel tube light that features a wide CCT range with GM adjustment. Nanlite says the light tubes boast impeccable color accuracy and a lightweight design that makes this the perfect solution for any job. And with 15 built-in customizable and practical special effects and 10 customizable pixel effects, there's even more options to help you get the perfect shot. And a bonus, if you need to have the light in a location where you can't grab it and make a modification to the settings, you can control it from the app and remotely control it. A pretty cool option for videographers on the go that need multiple options for lighting effects. In some product release news this week, a new way to transport your Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, 6K, or 6K Pro is coming soon. Nanuk, I don't know, released information on a waterproof protective travel case for the cameras. It's the perfect size for travel and meets all airline requirements for your checked bags or carry-ons, which highly recommend carry-on unless you want to see your Pocket 6K looking like this. The waterproof case includes a custom-cut foam insert to protect your camera in or out of the cage. It also includes slots for 2 lenses, 5 LPE6 batteries, and 2 additional slots for other accessories you may have. Pricing for this case hasn't been released yet, but you can probably expect to pay a couple $100. And a leader in recording products is entering the mic market. Universal Audio unveiled the first installments of a mic series with the SD1 and SP1. So let's break these down. The SD1 is a dynamic cardioid mic that's designed to capture vocals, instruments, live streams, and more with broadcast level quality. Definitely something YouTubers and podcasters may want to check out. As far as the specs go, the SD1 goes from 50 Hz to 16 kHz. You can also utilize a 3-pin XLR connector to hook it up with your camera. And if you struggle with background noise, there's a selectable low-cut filter to enhance articulation of the vocals and instruments and eliminate the unwanted extra. The SD1 is available now for $299. And if you're looking for condenser stereo mics, Universal Audio also announced the SP1, which is a pair of mics designed for recording instruments and live performances. All of the specs for the SP1 set aren't available yet, but the price estimates show it will cost you about $500 when it comes out this summer. And Pentax is now in space. Ricoh Imaging in Japan announced that the 300mm f4 lens for APS-C cameras was installed on the Kitsune 6U CubeSat satellite. It's acting as the shooting lens on the satellite that launched from Virginia last month. The Pentax 300mm f4 lens was selected because of its resolving performance, compact size, and adaptability for space. And because it's a commercial lens, it's super affordable. Kitsune 6U is now docked on the International Space Station to collect ground sensor data and capture high-resolution imaging of the Earth's surface. But you know what also captures high-resolution imaging? Netflix-approved cameras. The best cameras in the world. Watch about this one right here and see what it takes to get Netflix approved. You'll thank me later. That was dumb.